Hare Krishna. Namaste. Om Ajnanam Timirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Danti Swapadantikam. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam saranam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksheshyami ma suchaha. Abandon all varieties of dharma and just surrender unto me. I will remove all the sins. I do not fear. Krishna in this particular shloka tells that he will remove all the sins and the Sanchita karma sins, which is going to be written off, and the prarabdha karma, which is before and after surrender. Before surrender, what happened to that? What about the surrender? What about the karmas that's after the surrender? That's classified in Purvaha and Uttaraha. The Purvaha has been written off, completely forgiven, goes away. And Uttaraha has also dealt and taken care and forgiven. And the pious deeds are also taken off at the end of the life. At the end of the life, the Sanchita karma has been removed. Likewise, all the good deeds one has done will also be taken off. One cannot carry the good karma they have done to get moksha. That also be drained and finished completely. So that also will be removed. But until the time of death, one is not removing that part, because one should have some good karma so that they can continue doing good activities. For that reason, the good karmas are not taken off immediately. It's waited until the end of the life. The Purvaha committed before sins were Sanchita karma at the time of death. Death means two classes of people. One who is practicing through the Bhakti Yoga, they go through several lifetimes, and whenever the prarabdha karma is getting over, that if this is my last life of prarabdha karma, and on the deathbed I'm going to die, and that's when it's been removed, the Sanchita karma. And what the prarabdha karma? That's anyway I enjoyed throughout my different lives, so that's going to be gone also. But the person who is surrendered, Sharanagati or Prapati, these terms by now we should all know, Prapati, Sharanagati, surrenders all meant the same. So the person who is surrendered, that very lifetime, he is finishing the prarabdha karma. Doesn't go beyond that point. Does not go beyond that point. So in that prarabdha karma, we saw two things, that is Sharirantaka Arabdha and Vartamana Sharira Arabdha. There are two classes of things that we saw. What does one Vartamana Sharira means? That karma which is current and which is happening now in our life. Right? We are already in the program, into that program of that karma is happening. That cannot be changed. So Vartamana Sharira Arabdha. It started, it's happening in this very lifetime. And that which is pending are going to be prolonged, extended to the next lifetime. That is called Sharirantaka. It's not in the previous. Sharirantaka. Right? That's going to the Shariram. From this Sharir to the next Sharir is going to the next one. So that Sharirantaka is forgiven. So whatever has to be extended is all forgiven for the person who is surrendered. So what is left over? Vartamana Sharira, Vartamana Arabdha Karma. That particular thing is left. Right? So Vartamana means now that can be divided into two classes again. That is, I am surrendering, now I am surrendered to God, right, Krishna. Now what about that Vartamana Sharira coming after? If I make anything after that, what's going to happen for that karma? Some sinful things I've done, whatever I might do after that. Ajnana Kritam, Jnana Kritam. After surrender, if you make a mistake, that classified into two classes. Ajnanam. Jnana means with knowingly. Ajnana means not knowingly. Right? Ajnana Kritam. Ajnana Kritam committed without knowledge or by mistake. Right? People make committed by mistake. Remember, the law of karma is what's the law of karma? Whether you knowingly or unknowingly do a action, you got to get the reaction, pay for it. Right? That's a rule. That's a rule of karma. But when Sharanagati process comes, it overrides. How it overrides? If a person has done a sin unknowingly, is forgiven. That sin is forgiven. Ajnana Kritam. It's forgiven. Jnana Kritam. Jnana Kritam, knowingly is done. Knowingly is done. And that is classified into two things. What are the? Sanutapa Jnana Kritam. Nirunatapa Jnana Kritam. Sa Anutapam. Sa Anutapam, he knowingly did a mistake, but is repenting for it. Right? Is repenting. And obviously, since he is repented for the mistake, knowingly whatever he has done, that is also forgiven. Now, Niranutapa. Nir means Anutapam. No Anutapam at all. He doesn't feel anything about the mistake that he has done. Rather he feels maybe is perfectly correct in what he did or something, right? Is justifying himself, could be. Again, statement is, we have to remember, a person who surrendered should not fall into this category at all. But there could be always exceptions. We never know. Sometimes people ask this question. I see, this person is practicing for this many years. He seemed to be, got a diksha from a guru, initiated, etc. And why is he making a mistake? Right? And that puts off many people also. So, thing is, whatever the situation is, yes, there are exceptions are always there. That's the point here. Not that no one will make a mistake. There are people who will commit mistake. So, and they may also not feel bad about it. They justify what they've done is correct. So, for those people committed with knowledge but doesn't repent, and since they are surrendered, what's happening is they have to pay for that mistake. And where is this mistake? Because any karma you do, you have to pay for it, either this lifetime or the future lifetime. And where is going to be added is either to the Sanchita karma, that account, or to the Prarabdha karma. Somewhere it has to be added. Somewhere, depends on what. Again, this karma topic is so very complex. We don't know where it's going to be added. It has to be accumulated somewhere. Sanchita karma, you cannot put it back into the Sanchita karma. Why? For a person who surrendered, it's written off. It's gone. Okay, what about the Prarabdha karma is going to happen in the future? Can that get added to the future? No. Because guarantee is this is the lifetime. Yeah. How can you add to the future? But you got to add it to somewhere. For the mistake, we is not repenting for the mistake. Where can it be added? Current. Therefore, yeah, I don't want to take away my word of promise that you are surrendered. I cannot take away my promise. But you fail to keep up your promise. But that does not mean I'm going to change my word. I'll still keep on to my promise. I will get you back, but you got to pay for it. So that's how that happens. Okay?
So that person lives on to
this person went to a doctor, dental doctor, and some tooth problem, and then doctor pulled the tooth off, and then he went to the doctor. He asked the doctor, how much is I have to pay? He said $250, and the patient got a little annoyed. It didn't even take 30 seconds to pull the tooth out, and you're charging $250. Oh, I can do it for 1 hour if you want. Slow. Anyway, the answer is that it's not as prolonged or shortened, whatever. Karma is so powerful, somehow or the other it will clear out its balance. Give a heavy dose, could be a heavy dose, right, to finish it off. So that's how it might work.
But also there's like, he shouldn't be doing this repeatedly, maybe 1 time, 2 times,
Not even 1 time. You shouldn't be repeating. You shouldn't be making mistake again. But that's how it is. If he does, it goes to the extreme. If you read especially the Sharanagati Shastra written by Vedanta Desika, he says that even if he goes to the extreme of how great Sharanagati and how great Krishna is. To that extreme, not to say that you can go out and continue doing your sinful activity. He said even the biggest sin that you can think of, killing your own mother, or even killing Guru's wife, etc., etc. Those are all severe. Brahma Hasti and all those different things, killing a Brahmana, those are severe sinful action. Even if a person has done that, even that person is forgiven. Goes to that extreme of how Sharanagati process is such a great thing to, it's a safer way to, attain God. So some of these things should not be, points should not be discussed too much, because people might start thinking in another way then, right? If that can be done, I'm doing only little bit sin, so it's okay. So we always try to, find some loopholes and make mistakes in our life. That's why these things should be kept under the sheet, not to be discussed. So what's the prerequisite we saw? Pretty much nothing. Do we have to surrender on a Ekadeshi or a New Year day? No. Do we have to see whether it's Rahu Kal, Yamakanta, or all this auspicious timing? No need. Is a place needed? It has to be a temple that I have to go and surrender to God. Should be some holy place of go to Mathura, Vrindavan, Rishikesh, and etc., etc. Should I go there and surrender to God? No. Should I take a bath and then go and surrender to God?
No.
Surrender. Right? No. Nothing. There's none of those things that we might think that is needed is not at all needed. Should be, obviously this is very easy answer by now, we all know. Should be born in an Indian family to do Sharanagati? Should be born in a priestly order, a Brahmin family to do Sharanagati? Answer is no, 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 no. But ultimately everyone wants what? To attain God. That's the main goal. If that's the main goal, are you concerned about which birth you take, where you are born, how you are, how much slokas you have read, how much Vedas you know? Any of these things matters? That's it. So Sharanagati has altogether a different benefit compared to the other things that we might think about, right? And we saw some examples also over here. Let's moving on. So in the different modes of prapatti, this is taken from the Vedanta Desika's one of the literatures. We saw this in the last session, quickly going through how different processes are there: karma, etc., jnana, bhakti, and then finally this process of Sharanagati is the easiest process and less effort. We keep hearing easiest process, less effort. What is that? Right? So that's the point that we are going to discuss today. And in that, we saw there are 4 modes of Sharanagati. 4 modes of Sharanagati. Right? 4 modes. Swanishta, Uktinishta, Acharyanishta, Bhagavatnishta. Okay. So the Vedanta Desika goes very detailed into this discussion, how these things varies. For all this is a point, important points I want to say this one. All the 4 certainly requires a guru. Certainly all the prapatti means, Sharanagati means, is not minus guru. It requires guru. It requires guru. And in the Swanishta, understanding Krishna, the Swanishta program is considered to be the topmost considered to be the topmost. Why? Because it is based on one's own effort. It's based on, please focus on these 4 things, because this is what is going to tell us what type of surrender I have to do. Answer is all hidden here in these things. Many people have this question, what does surrender means? How do I surrender? Etc. This is all lying in starting from this point onwards. And then Swanishta means it's depending on one's own effort to surrender to God. He approaches a guru and learns in and out for many years details about what is life, what is Atma, what's the qualities of Atma, what is Paramatma, what are the gunas, what are the qualities of Paramatma, and then he starts practicing those things, and then also then he starts renouncing things in his life, and then he feels that this is all big of burden on me, so he puts a burden on Krishna himself, saying that I surrender to you. So this surrender is done by an individual by going through it's quite tedious and difficult process. There's a lot of studies involved, a lot of practices involved, many things are involved. So this is called Swanishta, and one has to follow all those different things that's been told and practice in his life. And this is only adapted mostly by those people who have some Vishesha Jnana, means specially blessed by Krishna with special intelligence. Only those people can do such Swanishta, surrender prapati. Okay. Now, the next one is Ukti Nishta. Ukti Nishta is one who doesn't know. The previous person goes to a guru and he tries to learn things, and then step by step he progresses, and he comes to a point of frustration, unhappiness and things like that. Then he just completely surrendered to Krishna. Okay, Guru was an instructor, media to train this person. Now, Ukti Nishta, one who does not know the details of prapati, no knowledge at all, but approaches a guru and surrenders his life and dedicates his guru. And what now happens is, now Guru, whatever Guru tells about the surrender, in the previous one, Guru is not telling about this is how you have to say how I surrender. Now, in this one, Guru tells from the Guru Vakya, by the mouth of Guru, he hears and he repeats what Guru said. That's how he surrenders. Guru is there, he's dedicated his life to Guru. Now Guru tells him how to surrender, and he tells certain instruction, certain mantras, certain things, prayers, and then as he hears and he repeats in front of Krishna. And that Ukti Nishta. And then the next one is Acharya Nishta. Acharya Nishta is different than the previous one. What's the difference? Now the previous one, the disciple repeated what Guru said. Now on behalf of disciple, Guru himself is trying to surrender, accepting this person at the lotus feet of Krishna. Acharya Nishta. So on behalf of a disciple, the Guru places a request to Krishna to accept him. His Guru was given the mantra Upadesh, and then disciple only accepts his Guru, is pleased by. That means now the disciple full focus is making or pleasing Guru. For him, the only program is to please Guru, the teacher, the spiritual teacher. Okay, the disciple, by surrendering to Guru, attains, by doing this process, is again attains the Lord. The disciples are included. This disciple, along with the other disciple, everyone is included in the surrender that the Guru is trying to do to Krishna. Okay, one gets the fruit of prapati through the effort of his or her acharya without individual effort. Clear with the difference? The first one has an individual effort or no? Yes. Second one, compared to the first one, does it have a individual effort or no?
Yes.
The level of effort was higher or lesser?
Yes.
Lesser. Now the third one, does it have any individual effort or no?
No.
Actually no. because he's surrendering, of course. We should not understand clearly that. But then the guru is what is trying to do for the disciple. Here. From his side, all he has to do is now get into the elevator, right? And then the guru is going to press the button. And now the only thing that this person has to do is get into the elevator. Getting into the elevator is disciple's responsibility. Now pressing the button to go to which floor is guru's responsibility. Okay? That's how this things varies. Bhagavad Nishta is quite very rare and very rare and very special. This is a great soul. The great soul. This soul prays on behalf of a person, not necessarily that person has to be his disciple. Difference. Someone in a situation of life-threatening situation is going to leave his body. Something like that. For that person, a great soul can do surrender on behalf of that particular person. This is again very special and very rare. Okay, that is called a topmost pure devotee who submits Sharanagati on behalf of someone who is totally incapable. It is different from the previous one. The previous person is capable, is active, everything is functioning, everything is functioning properly. In this case, it could be a situation where the person is totally in an immovable situation, right? Things like that. So out of causeless mercy, compassion, a great soul can do on behalf of that person. That is Bhagavad Nishta. One cannot perform the Bhagavad. Okay. And again, not necessarily that person has to be his guru. Okay. Now we saw what is up.
Should he be just a devotee or a person who is already surrendered who can do it?
It is totally depending on that great soul. If he wants, it could be he can deliver a person who is devotee or a non-devotee, or it could be anyone.
But this person who's doing it?
Oh, that's why we say it's a very special grade. It's not anyone can go. I pray for him, liberate him. We cannot tell that. We cannot do that. That means that person should be really a very special soul. And that person again can be one of those acharyas also. We never know. That does not mean to say that acharyas are lesser than this great devotee. They're all great. They can just pick anyone whom they feel very compassionate and pray for that person. And that's why it's a tradition, especially we say to people, pray for my father, pray for my mother. We request people to, we never know who's really that great soul. At least we tell to 100 people, one out of this 100 can be a pure soul. By his prayer, someone can, my family members can get delivered. So it's not just for sake of telling, please pray for me. It is a serious matter when we say to someone, please pray for me. We are just telling out of, maybe by your prayer, Lord will accept. So it's a quite deeper meaning to that when we request someone to pray. So Abhiman, we saw Abhiman, what Abhimana means, right? Acharya Abhiman, Ishvara Abhiman. Abhimana means where a person is in favor of someone, favorite person of someone, right? And say you're standing in a big queue, and then 100 people are standing there, and then suddenly someone is coming, a cop is coming. He says, hey buddy, he just pulls, you're in the 78th number. He just pulls, come on. He just takes you and he'll let you in. Rather than going through the 77 things, you're just let him in immediately, right? So because why? That person is favorite or known person to the cop. Therefore, he was easily able to get access to in advance. Need not go through this. That is called Abhimana. We have spoiled our Abhimana, Ishvara Abhimana, because of our individuality, identity, that we are great, with our education, with our wealth, with our knowledge, and etc., whatever it may be. So we cut off that abhiman of Ishvara Abhiman. So we lost that particular abhiman. And then we also saw that why Krishna can forcefully do it. It's obviously a known answer. No one wants to love someone or not to be loved by force. No one wants anyone to be loved by force. It has to come naturally. That love will be sustaining for a longer period. And it creates some sort of relationship and nice mood. Otherwise, it's not nice. Okay? Therefore, Krishna is certainly not going to do this one. We saw some examples also over there. And we also saw some catch between the bhakti process and Sharanagati process. In the bhakti process, we are doing bhakti, and we always start seeing that I am doing the bhakti. That I is always there. Swatantriya means I am doing it. Right? And I am doing it, and when someone else is not doing it, then we don't feel happy about it. And why? Because we feel that we are doing nicer or better. Right? That those things, there are problems with those things, especially when you are performing the process of bhakti in that mode. In the Sharanagati, various other Sharanagati process, that various means the more that we saw, in that process there is a problem. What are the problem? What is one big problem? The big problem, Ishvara. Now, Swatantriya. The first one is Jiva Swatantriyam. In the Bhakti Yoga, Jiva Swatantriya means, I'll explain the terms. Jiva Swatantriya means, in the Bhakti, when I'm doing Bhakti devotion, there's a problem that I am doing the Bhakti. Now there's a problem there. Where in the Sharanagati, what we are discussing is Acharya Abhimana, right? That's the topic. So besides this Acharya Abhimana, there are other three things are there. In the other Sharanagati, there's Ishvara Swatantriya. Ishvara Swatantriya means that now, who, depending on who now? Ishwar, Krishna, depending on him. So whenever he wants to give, that's when he is going to give moksha. So we have to wait until that point of time. So these are two catches in this whole program over here. And that's where we stopped in the last class. Okay, let's move on now. Acharya Abhimana. In the Acharya Abhimana, bhakti process not guaranteed. Without surrender will bhakti process not guaranteed. Without surrender will get us moksha. Something is wrong. Whatever thought. So bhakti process not guaranteed means that bhakti is a process, but bhakti itself is not going to give moksha. Who's ultimately have to give moksha? Krishna has to give moksha. Bhakti is a process, helps you to get there. Okay, that's what has been to. Surrendering to Krishna is questionable that it gives us moksha. Why? Krishna sometimes takes his own sweet time. He might just tell, stay for some more time. We'll take you later. After, we never know. We never know, right? So that's another problem with these two things. Whereas Acharya Abhimana, it's 100% guaranteed. 100% guaranteed. And that's what the discussion we are going to see today. Why? How it is. Now, the example is now, say a child gets upset and angry with a parent and goes out of the house. Many years passed, and the child, for whatever reason, happened to meet the father, and the father and the son or daughter, let's take an example, daughter is telling, where were you, how are you, and I've been taken care very nicely. Who took care of you? And then she introduces this uncle. He is the one who has been taking care of me all this. Oh, this, I know him very well. And that person says, I know your father very well. I didn't know that he's your father. Okay, now the thing is that person, the uncle is telling that to the father, this is your daughter. All this, whatever you've been working all these years, earning money, it's for who? For your child. Right? And the person whom you have to be living with is your father. So now the middleman here, the caretaker, removes the confusion and the problems and issue that father has and the daughter has and connect them together. What the father, take the same example in the other way now. What's the problem that Krishna has? Krishna says He's a sinful person. I cannot, he's been repeatedly making mistake. I cannot forgive him. Then Guru says, if you don't forgive him, who's going to forgive him then? If you are not going to give moksha, who else can give him moksha? So you are his father. You have to do it. And he goes to the son or the disciple, says, you've been living on yourself for all these years. Have you been successful in your life? No. So you've been cut off your relationship with God. But ultimately, he is the one who has to take care of you. Therefore, this sambandha jnana, the relation, the jnana, the knowledge is been established by a guru between these two parties. Now, don't start questioning that how is that God does not have a knowledge or what Guru has. This is how the relationship is being made understood between these two parties. And the Guru or the teacher, the spiritual teacher, establishes the relationship by giving the proper knowledge to the disciple, so that the disciple now can serve Guru, serve Krishna in a proper mood. That's how it is. Another example has been given again by the Acharyas is this man whose wife was carrying, pregnant, and then for business reason he has to travel. He's a big merchant. He goes in a sails in a ship and goes to different countries and comes back. So when unfortunately this businessman could not change his program, but then left his wife under the care of his relatives and he left for his business. 18 years passed. This man did not come back. 18 years passed. He did not come. By then, the mother, the businessman's wife, son is 18 years now. He's grown up 18. He has become another businessman, like father. He's become another businessman. He was also traveling, going around. At that point of time, he came to one seashore. And then there's already another ship was there. And that ship, the owner of the ship, he was telling, you cannot come here, this is my area. I am doing a business. And the young man, 18 years old businessman, he said, so what, I will also do a business. Then there was a quarrel between these two parties. Actually, that the other one was his father. The both of them were fighting. Literally fighting so much so, they were ready to, kill each other, take some things and kill each other. At that point of time, there was another person who was walking by and who knows both the parties. He knows them. He's been to that boy's house and he knows his father. He said, hey, what you guys are doing? And he said, well, this is my area. I haven't been doing this for 18 years now, business, and this new guy is coming and he's just trying to take over. Well, for whom you are doing this business? Well, for my family, for my child who I haven't seen for many, many years. I see. Do you know whom you're fighting with? Who? That's your son. That's your son. And Guru talks to the son. This is your father, whom you've been waiting to see all these 18 years. Now he's in front of you. Or you want to fight for him, or you want to give what you have to him. Now what happens? Two different properties and all those things they had, it become one now. It's become one now. Right? So Guru's responsibility is to establish that particular knowledge, which we have lost. We have forgotten. In other words, we have forgotten. Not that we don't know. We have forgotten that relationship. Guru establishes sambandha jnana. This jnana gives the moksha. Jnana and moksha. Only through the jnana one can attain moksha. Not simply by raw jnana. That jnana should be mixed with bhakti. Exactly. Without bhakti and jnana should be together. Then only one can attain moksha. Not simply jnana will give moksha. It is Acharya, Guru, who gives us this knowledge. And who gives this knowledge? Obviously the teacher, the spiritual teacher. Acharya or Guru gives that knowledge. Therefore, we have to be thankful to the Acharya who gives this knowledge. And therefore, one should eagerly wait for the Guru to open his mouth and speak. Right? So that the knowledge, we can receive the knowledge. We can receive the knowledge. Right? So, what in case, this is another scenario, what in case the disciple is deaf, he cannot hear. Because knowledge has to be heard. Knowledge has to be heard. So if a person's disciple is deaf, how can he attain knowledge and cultivate bhakti and go back? Once you are here, then you have to start chanting, then you have to start doing your prayers, all the sharanagati, everything should, you have to open your mouth and speak. And what in case this person also is not able to speak? If the one person is having both problems, dumb and deaf, what can he do? That's the speciality of a guru. This is very special. A guru can even make a person who's handicapped, who cannot walk, can cross over the mountain. Who is dumb, who cannot speak, can make him speak. Okay? There was one nice story in the life of Ramanujacharya. There was, all the disciples were sitting together, and at that point of time Ramanujacharya was there, and one man came, exactly the same criteria, cannot hear, cannot speak. But he came and fell at the feet of Ramanujacharya and trying to express that he want to attain moksha. He is trying to express by his action, and then understanding what he was saying. Immediately Ramanujacharya took him to a room, closed the door. All the disciples were outside, not knowing and very eager to know what's happening inside. They don't know. They want to know what's happening inside. So one of the senior member, he just peeped in to the hole, the keyhole, and he saw what's happening there. And he was amazed to see what happened was that Ramanujacharya put his feet on the head of that man, and that man has already, he could see that, left the body and attained moksha. He left it, and he could see that. So that's the glory of great acharyas. That's the glory of great gurus, that they can do anything. One should not, because we think that they are also like us, they are also having the body, they are also wearing the dress, they are also traveling. We should not start thinking they are also like us. They are special souls. Therefore, that's what it is said that one should not judge anyone by their look or things like that. Now, question is, what about this guru? Maybe the guru have their own swatantriya, because when I did bhakti, who had swatantriya? Who had that I? The person who's doing bhakti, right? Now when the guru is liberating or doing this one for the disciple, what about guru? Will guru be having the same idea? He is my disciple, therefore I delivered him. Will guru have this issue? If he has this issue, then again there's a big problem. So therefore the guru should be in such a position or such a level, he should be completely free of that I, ego. Completely free. Now how does he do that then? How can he do this if that's not the thing? There's two examples has been very nicely said. One is the lifetime of Ramanujacharya, another lifetime of Srila Prabhupada. So very nice. One time what happened was there was a Ramayana story was going on. Ramanujacharya was giving especially this particular section of where Vibhishana is coming for surrendering to Lord Ram. Right? When Vibhishana came to surrender, and then all the monkeys were questioning, and they were not happy about it, and they didn't want to accept. Right? So one of the disciples was hearing the story, then he just got up and he was walking away from the class. And Ramanujacharya noted this one. He said, when the class is going on, you don't want to get up and walk. It's not respectful, it's not nice. Right? So the Ramanujacharya stopped him and said, why are you going? Is the story is not interesting? It is not nice? What happened? And the disciple turned back with tears in his eyes. I said, my dear Guru, my dear Lord, how can the story be interesting? It is so very interesting, but it's created a fear in me. Ramanujacharya, this is Vibhishana Sharanagati. Vibhishana surrendering to the Lord. And why are you afraid of this particular section? He said, Vibhishana came for surrender. Yes, Vibhishana came for surrender. And then when he came for surrender, was he immediately accepted? No. What was going on? Discussion was going on. What the discussion? Whether to accept him or not to accept him. And the disciple said, that is the case for Vibhishan. What will happen to me? I am full of sin. I am full of all problems. Vibhishana has been put into that situation of whether to accept or not accept. Being a great soul, I have no hope. I have no hope that I can attain God. That's why I'm little depressed, hopeless. I cannot stay any further. I'm walking away. Ramanuja just smiled and he said, hold on. Your thought and the mood that you have is 100% nice. So you think you cannot attain moksha by yourself? And the disciple said, yes. Okay. Let me ask you this question. Do you think I will attain moksha? And then again he started crying and falling at the feet of Ramanujacharya. Said, what are you talking, my dear Lord, my dear Guru? Can anyone even doubt about you? If you think that I will attain moksha, I'll make sure you come. I'll take you also. I'll make sure you have a place there. At the end of this life, you will come and attain me. Ramanujacharya said. And the disciple became very, very happy. And the disciple was happy to sit. He said, hold on. Whatever the question that you asked in this class today, this is exactly the same question that I asked my Guru during the same class, same session. And the answer that I got is the same answer what I told you. This is called Guru Parampara. This is how this works. The Guru Parampara. The blessings on a disciples is not just simply happens. It's coming from all the way, from each and every acharyas down to that particular one Atma. And ultimately you go there, who is the one who is actually lifting? Everyone is depending on Krishna. So Krishna is going to take care of us. We don't need to worry about that point. But we have to surrender to one lively, living Guru. Srila Prabhupada was giving a lecture and then someone said, this is all too much. Surrendering to God, doing bhakti, I think it's going to be very hard to attain moksha. And Prabhupada said that when I go, do one thing. Hold on to my dhoti and you will come. And what about you? I'll hold to my Guru's dhoti. So it's the same connection of that and this. It's exactly that's how the Guru Parampara works. No Guru as an individual saying that I will save you because of my ability. No one will say like that. If anyone is proudly saying that I am the one who is going to save you, and that's a problem in this whole structure of Parampara, right? That Parampara structure. That he is not having faith in his Guru above. That's important things to understand. Now, the next one is Acharya Sambandha. Now some of the examples are given. Mangal Sutra, when the marriage happens, the women get those who everyone knows, especially your thing is in India there is a custom where the marriage happens, the husband ties a knot, a thread or a chain. It varies according to the tradition and which part of India you're from. So they tie a chain around a girl, officially making the deal complete. That means now we are bond as husband and wife. You are my wife because I tied this to you. In other words, here what we do is a ring, right? Ring. So it's like that. So Mangal Sutra. Mangal Sutra is like that sutra, that the chain that they're putting, it's like Guru. Now, for example, say someone lost their husband. A person has lost her husband. And this person is, when the person lost husband, and if she has all the different ornaments, diamond earrings, diamond nose thing, and then chain and gold bangle and everything is there. Lot of ornaments are there. But does not have a Mangal Sutra. How great that ornaments is going to add value to this person's life. if that one particular thing is not there. Just imagine that is there and the rest of the things are there, then what's the value of that Mangal Sutra, the value of this person adds up, right? Yes or no? You make able to understand? Right. So, therefore, karma, jnana, bhakti, this and that, everything is like different ornaments. One can try to work on and try to get. But then if that person does not have a guru, is like this example has been given, you have all the ornaments, but you don't have a Mangal Sutra. It doesn't make much great about that whole thing. Therefore, that is very important. And then on top of it, everything will get added. Everything else comes after that. That is how it's been explained here. Now, the another example is been given is why can't Krishna, Lord, directly help this person? Why he needs a guru? And there's a beautiful example is given. Now you take a lotus flower. The lotus flower is on a pond, right? And then a person sees that, okay, this lotus flower is blossoming very nicely because of the sun rays. What I will do is block the sun rays, and I will produce my own, heat around this flower. And what I'm going to do is make a clay pot, put charcoal in it, and lit fire and make it hot and bring it close to the lotus. I block the sun rays, bring close to the lotus. What will happen to the lotus flower? And now I think, okay, looks like sun rays are important. Therefore, I will not block the sun rays. Let me pull the plant out and put it on the ground outside. Let the sun rays come. What's going to happen to the plant? Right? It is exactly the same thing. The Lord is like sun. Okay? When we are out under the shelter of Guru, who's like the pond, the Lord helps us to blossom. When we are under the shelter of a bona fide Guru, then it's much more safer and nicer. When we are not under the shelter of a Guru, then this is what will happen. Because it's always good to have a mentor, a guide, a spiritual teacher in our life, because we are always prone to make mistakes. We're always prone to make mistakes. Therefore, Guru will come and correct us. Tell us in our life, this is how we have to do. What you're doing is not right. What you are and what you're doing now, come back. This is not right. Right? For that reason, people doesn't want to have Guru. He is interfering too much into my personal life. Right? Personal life. So we have answered for all those things, correct? By the grace of Krishna, one gets Guru. And by the grace of Guru, one gets Krishna. Now the question is, okay, now all these things are very good. How do I get a Guru? Google it. Yeah. It's one way of doing and trying to find a Guru is try to Google it. But then the best way of doing is, recommended way of doing it, sincerely praying to Krishna himself. Show me a Guru. Show me a Guru. Guru who is bona fide and who can help me to connect back to you. So a person praying to Krishna, Krishna gives a person, a sincere person, a Guru. Now once a person gets a Guru, now that Guru is going to give his disciple Krishna. That's how it works. Krishna, by praying to Krishna, one gets a Guru. And when a person has a Guru, that Guru in return gives Krishna as a gift to his disciple. This is how the program works. This Guru Disciple Krishna program, God's program, works. Now the next question is, who is greater? This is a very important topic. Who is greater? Guru is greater or God is greater? God is greater. Okay. God is greater. That's very good. Now let's see some of the reasons here. Okay. Now the very first is Ishvara. God gives us two things. He gives two things. What are the two things? He gives Bandha and Moksha. Bandha Moksha. Bandha Moksha means because of whom we have taken birth. Karma and all those things are fine. But who was cause for us to remember everything and make us go and take birth, enjoy your karmas. Because of whom we are having this, fell into this one? God. Because of whom we can get out of this one? Same God. God is the one who has put us in this situation. God is the one who can give us a moksha. So he has two things he can do. Now come to Guru. Is this because of the Guru I have taken birth to suffer the karma? But what is he being cause of now? Moksha. He is being cause of only one thing, to moksha. But in case of God, he is also cause of my birth. Compared to these two, who is greater? Let's understand, one at a time. Therefore, God is putting us into the problem and is telling, I will give you moksha. But here, Guru does not want disciple to suffer at all. In fact, is helping the disciple to get rid of all the karmas. Therefore, Guru is greater. We all agree? That's reason one. Let's move on to next one. Now, Guru is not. If when you go and follow it, in Ramayana is beautiful. Everything you can relate to Ramayana. Sita was telling to Ravana. Ravana came and was trying to influence Sita in Ashokavan, saying that you marry me, I have this one, you can become my queen, and if you don't do this one, then I will have to chop you into pieces and make you as my breakfast. Right? All those heavy words he was just talking. And then Sita was hearing that, Ravana, even now it's not too late. Go back to Ram. Do a handshake. Shaken. Give a shaken to him. He will accept you. He will forgive you everything. And then, you can be happy. Everything will be solved. Problem will be solved. And usually Sharanagati means you have to not handshake. You have to do what? Fall at the feet. Right? But Sita was telling to Ravana, go and do handshake. Handshaken. Why so? Because Sita knows very well how egoistic this Ravana is. If you tell him that go and fall at his feet, will he like it? He is already so egoistic. He can't go and tell Ravana, you go and fall at Rama's feet, he will forgive you. It doesn't look nice for him. So that even understanding the mood, therefore you go and just be a friend with him. He will forgive you. Right? But the problem here is, that's one story, the sides I just came into my mind, I just shared the story. But in reality, if you go and give handshake, right? I have a right to just remove the hand, let him go. But then, please come closer. Come close. Come close. Come close.
No, I have the right to.
Now he has any choice? In the hand, he removed me. Can he remove me now? No. That's it. That's it. So the best way is not to hold hand. Catch hold of the lotus feet. Catch hold of the lotus feet. Right? So when you try to make friendship and take hold of the hand, Lord has all rights to just leave you aside. When you hold to his lotus feet, it's very hard for him to remove you. And that feet of the Lord represents Guru. Here's the point. The feet of the Lord represents Guru. That is why when you go to the temple, please make Vishnu temple. When you go to the Vishnu temples, you can see that you go to the Balaji temple or any Vishnu temple, they have something called chadari. Chadari means it's like a helmet. And they will keep on your head like this. Yes? Yeah, we will concentrate on the badam and other things, but we might not even realize what they keep, something they put on my head, right? That chadari represents a sambandha, Guru. It represents Guru. By having the connection, now we are connected to God. Therefore, when you go to temple, without fail, one have to receive the chadari. Make the connection. That represents Guru actually, right? Because why? You can see the feet on the top of it, and feet represents what? Guru. Feet represents Guru. So now say you're going and massaging your father, right? His feet. He's going and massaging his father's feet nicely. And then someone is coming in next day is coming and telling to his father is telling, your son loves your feet so much. Father, maybe your son loves you so much. What he loves? He loves only my feet. If the father says like that, does it make any sense? No. Like that, the point here is, when the son massages the feet, when a person surrendered to Guru, one cannot say that he's attached and he is only liking Guru or he doesn't like God. Feet represents Guru. Therefore, when a person serves the Guru, Krishna is happy. No one is going to, he only likes my feet, that's why he was massaging my feet. No one is going to tell like that. Right? It's overall program. Now we can seeing that who is great, right? Now the another point, third point is said that when the Lord descends, takes many avatars, Narasimha avatar or any avatar that you can think about, Rama avatar, or any avatar you take, he comes and mostly his program is to finish someone. He comes with weapon or he comes with claws, horns or whatever it is, he will try to come and kill someone. Most of the time he does one. Majority of this avatar he comes and kills someone and goes off. Either with the weapons or with his teeth or with his fingers, nails and whatever it may be. He turns, that's what he does. Okay? And says, he claims himself has corrected the situation. He kills a person and person is dead, gone. Now he says, I corrected the situation. Paritranaya sadhana vinashaya dushkritam. Dharma samsthapanarth. I established the dharma. What did you do? I killed that person. He is no more. Gone. That's how he does. When the Guru comes, when he sees all these mischievous people who's against God, not behaving properly, is just out of the focus of their life, of whatever the goal is, and when the Guru comes, you're not listening to me. Starts shooting everyone. He doesn't do that one. Therefore, when the Lord comes, he comes with Sastra. When the Guru comes, he comes with Sastra. There's a just slight difference. Sastra means weapon. Sastra means knowledge, the literature, the scriptures. Guru gives the knowledge. When the Lord comes, he punishes and goes. Who is great? We glorified Guru so much. Now, how do we get Guru? Just now we saw? By praying to Krishna. How do we get Krishna? By the mercy, by the serving Guru. Correct? Now it is said, Krishna is like silver. Guru is like gold. That is how the Shastra says. Guru is like gold, Krishna is like silver. Who is great? I'm coming to you, to your house, and you're giving me a gold coin to me. If you can give me a gold coin, who is great? I am great or you are great? She's being humble. Now, Krishna being silver, he is giving a gold to someone. That means who is great? Obviously Krishna great. Therefore this is like that. Guru is great in the way it is, and God is great in the way he is. Okay?
Saying about Guru Govind दोनों खड़े किसको लागू पाए बलिहारी गुरुदेव की जिसने बताए श्री राय or something.
Please now explain that. Translate that into the...
If the God and Guru are standing together, who do I attack the feet first? I am grateful to Guru because he showed me how to get to God.
Thank you. Now, what's so special about Guru when compared to God? There's a big difference. First thing is Swajati. Guru is Swajati. Swajati means he is of our jati, our caste. Our caste means don't start thinking about Manushya. I mean, he is also like us. In that way, he is same, right, like us. So if he is like us, obviously he can fully understand our problem. He can fully understand our problem. Whereas God is totally not at all our jati. He will come and give a lot of instructions and go off. He doesn't understand our problem. That's why people, when you're there in the problem, they will crane, what will God understand? My problem. That's how they say, right? Whereas when it comes to Guru is a Swajati, same nature, and he can reciprocate. You go and give some banana or take some sweet and something and go to the temple and give in front of Balaji. You're keeping something, bhog, and keeping in front of Balaji. Now imagine, Balaji is keeping all the Shankh Chakra and coming right in front of and then start eating that thing. Does he do that? Or does he even the slightest something like that? Smiles? No reaction. You go and cry in front of him, no reaction. You take and give him something, no reaction. You give $1, no reaction. You give $100,000, no reaction. Go to Guru. Do any of these things. Do you see reaction or no? So who is greater?
But then a true Guru should not have a reaction. You may give him dollar.
No, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. One time what happened was a reporter came to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was having a Rolls Royce car that someone has given him. Rolls Royce. Did I say Rolls Royce? Right? Rolls Royce. That car, a guru is having Rolls Royce car, and he was having golden watch. Prabhupada. And reporter came and, not golden watch, some Rolex watch. Rolex watch. So a reporter came and said, you are a guru, you should be renounced. What is this Rolex watch? What is this car? And Prabhupada immediately said, this watch, I should be having gold and diamond studded watch. This is an ordinary watch. And this car is aluminium plate. Should be a gold plated car. And the reporter was quite amazed. Because the gurus, they know how to use what they have in service of God. In the service of God. If they are using for selfish reason, and this is how it happened, to make it more, on a Vyasa Puja means on appearance day of Guru, Prabhupada was sitting, and then everyone comes and gives a gift to a Guru. And then one person comes and gives a nice watch, same, nice watch. And he wore the watch, Rolex watch, right? And then another man came, he gave another watch, which is not a Rolex watch, disciple, it's an ordinary watch. He immediately removed this watch and gave it to someone, took another, whatever the new watch, he started wearing that watch. So they are completely detached. They are doing this thing. If at all they are receiving something, they are not receiving for their own enjoyment, they are receiving for the satisfaction and keep the disciple happy. That's all the mood of Guru receiving donations or taking anything. That's the mood, not for any other reason. So for that reason, they can react and show. If a Guru also, no reaction, nothing, then this person, where does he go to go? God is also like that. This is also like that. I go to my house and give my gift to wife, she's also like that. What am I? Everywhere same problem. No reaction. Right? So there's nothing wrong in reacting in this relationship between Guru and disciple. Okay. And Shatrugana and Bharata are the good examples where Shatrugana and Rama, and we see Shatrugana how is completely, he was completely focused on serving Bharata. Completely focused on serving Bharata. And Bharata was completely dedicated in serving Lord Ram. Okay. Shatrughan, you will never see that he is anytime was serving or being with Lord Ram. He is always with Bharata. Like that, the disciple should always understand the importance of his relationship with Guru. Serving his Guru in this mood of Shatrughan serving Bharata should be maintained. Now, what is this AEIOU called? Huh? Vows. Okay. What are the benefit of Saranagati, Prapati? AEIOU. Now you all should remember these things. Vowels next time. Oh, that means Sharanagati. By doing Sharanagati, these are the benefits I get. What are the benefit? A for all the rewards. All the rewards. Even if you have not asked for something, you will receive that. All the rewards. Due to time, we'll just go on. Otherwise, we can go on some of the examples also. One might go and ask for moksha. Moksha can be given. Along with moksha, whatever this person needed in this particular life to live a happy life, that can also be given by God. Akama sarma kama va moksha kama udharatihi. Bhagavatam says, whether you have no desire, whether you have a desire, whether you want to attain moksha, whether you don't want to attain moksha, you want to enjoy here, at any cost, worship Narayana. He is the one who is going to give you everything, whatever you want. So therefore, especially a person who is surrendered to God, he gets all the rewards. Easy to implement. That part we're going to see. Very easy to implement. Really, it's a conscious way of making oneself ready and uttering that I am surrendered. Next. Immediate benefit, you don't need to wait for it. You can see immediate benefit. That means what? Your karmas has been taken off. That's what we saw, right? Those are benefits. Immediate benefits, not waited for a long period. Immediately, this very lifetime, you see the benefit. Next is, only once to be executed. How many times can I go and surrender to God? The thumb rule for Sharanagati is one time. Thumb rule for Sharanagati is one time. Also, please understand the Sharanagati can be of different, for many reasons one can surrender. If you need to be saved, like Draupadi situation, she also surrendered. Right? The Devatas went to the Milky Ocean and surrendered to be freed from Ravana. That is also surrendered. So there are different types of surrenders are there. So one can surrender for anything, but ultimately surrendering to the lotus feet of Lord in this way, Sharanagati is a full surrender. Okay? And it's universal. Not only a certain people can surrender, anyone can surrender at any point of time. Anyone can surrender, right? That's the thing. Now, the next one is TICE, TICE. Now, this is an individual program that you can think of. You can fill up this one, right? And you can decide which one you want to go for. In this one, if you have enough time, take a mark, yes. If you have a lot of intelligence, you know the subject matter well, you studied a lot about what is how to attain moksha, what is bhakti, what is karma yoga, what is jnana yoga. You have all the information. Tip off your finger, make a tick. You're born in a right caste, high class caste, make a tick. And especially you have capacity, you have energy to do all these things, make a tick. That means you are qualified to do bhakti yoga. You are qualified to do bhakti yoga. One can do. If any one is missing over here, then tick over there. That means one has to do Sharanagati. Now we can decide ourselves which one I fall into between these two things. Am I going to follow the karma yoga, then jnana yoga, and then bhakti yoga and attain God because I have enough time, I've read enough, I know everything, especially I'm born in this particular family and I am energetic. Therefore I can do it. Well, no restriction, go for it. And if you think any one of these things is not possible for me to do, then you got to take prapati, which is surrendering to God. Yes.
Why is caste important? Aren't all men born equal?
Bhakti yoga has certain restrictions. Bhakti yoga has certain restriction. The highest bhakti that Krishna, again, this is a topic that I slightly went off on touching surface, but I think since question is directly asked, bhakti is there in everyone. The bhakti that Krishna is talking for Arjuna to come to that level of bhakti, manmana bhavamat bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Remember that chart, which you may have to go through that chart. From one stage to another stage to another stage to another stage, ultimately, that bhakti yoga is not the bhakti that we are all doing. We are all doing bhakti. But Krishna is talking about that particular bhakti yoga. For one to do that bhakti yoga, here's the thing. To do that type of bhakti yoga, the Shastra says, don't get upset. Shastra says, one has to be born in certain family to do a bhakti, and one has to be a man. All right? Right? Then you can do that type of bhakti yoga. Okay, that type of bhakti yoga. Then you can attain moksha. It's the same thing of what other acharya says. If you want to attain moksha, from one step to another step, if you are a lower born in the Shudra labor class, you serve perfectly as a labor class. Then next lifetime you will be promoted as a Vaishya. From Vaishya you become a Kshatriya. Kshatriya you become a Brahmana. When a Brahmana, if you are born as a man, that is very good. If not, then you have to be born as a man. And then you, by practicing all these different things, then you start practicing bhakti yoga. Then that will lead you to moksha.
I don't think we believe that too much now, do we?
So here, the point here is, therefore, it is difficult. It is difficult. So, Sharanagati options has none of these criteria. Time, intelligence, your jati, or you have energy in your body to do, none of those things are needed. You're surrendering to God. But gets the same quick, fast result than the other programs, which will take many life to get attained. And that is why we've been telling that how important this particular topic, this particular sloka is, where Krishna is telling a final charma sloka option. This is what one can easily do, surrendering to me, surrendering to God. Okay. Now here is one more thing. Okay, you are talking about Guru. What is the qualification, eligibility to approach a Guru? Okay. What is the qualification? Sometimes people go to a Guru and then ask questions. They ask questions in such a way to make sure whether the Guru is telling correctly or wrong. Right? They know. Knowingly they go and ask a Guru to test a Guru. Right? That's one thing. Or the second type of people, they have a predefined ideas. They go and ask a question or doubt or something to a Guru. And Guru totally gives a totally opposite, a different answer. That doesn't match with my answer. Therefore, I think this is not a right thing. Therefore, the two important things are there. Eligibility to approach a Guru. One is called Akinchanyam. Akinchanyam. Ananya Gatitvam. This is called Ananya Gatitvam. Akinchanyam, Ananya Gatitvam. What are these two things? Is A square. You can remember A square now. What's the abbreviation that the first thing we saw? Benefits of surrender. What's the easy way of remembering what the benefits? A, E, I, O, U. And you remember what are these A, E, I, O, U?
A is all the rewards.
Okay. E. Easy to implement.
I is
Immediate benefits. One time process to surrender. U is universal. Everyone can surrender. A, E, I, O, U. And what does TICE means? Who wants to say TICE? TICE. Yes. Time. I. Intelligence. Cash. energy. If everything is tick, then you're qualified to do what? If one of them doesn't, and what is Sharanagati? Surrendering to God, right? What's the easy way of surrendering to God? Clap. Akinchanyam, accepting one's helpless condition to do anything. Akinchanyam, kinchanyam, kinchit, little bit, I cannot do anything. Completely, I cannot do anything. Accepting one's helpless condition to do anything. Unable to do even a little. What to speak about Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga and other things, right? Nothing. I cannot do anything. I am helpless. Remember this analogy has been given? One time we saw this analogy is two worms speaking on the top of a mountain hill. Who remembers this analogy? Two worms are talking in the top of the mountain hill, and then one of the worm is saying that I'm going to jump across to the other hill, and the other friend of this worm is saying, laughing at him, what crazy guy you are. How can you jump to the other hill from here to there? You can't even jump an inch. Our body is not meant to jump. We cannot do that one. Well, I'm going to do it. Come on. And then there was a lion roaring and coming really fast and is going to jump from this hill to a other hill. When the lion was coming and that one worm which was telling it's going to jump caught hold of the feet of the lion. Caught hold of the feet of the lion. And then lion jumped and that worm got off. And then, hi, hello, I'm here. Well, this is cheating. You said you're going to... Well, I said I'm going to cross over. It doesn't matter. The result I achieved. Right? Catching hold of Guru's feet is like this, where we can easily cross over the material existence of samsara.
But isn't that surrender there?
Huh?
Isn't that kind of same as surrender?
This
Like
is-
you surrender to Guru.
Yeah.
right?
This is surrender. Yes. Correct. So what's... I mean,
No,
is
no,
it...
what I'm saying that like the first one, A1 is like you are helpless. Like when you surrender to
Helpless,
God,
yeah, helplessly you're surrendering to Guru.
right.
That's accepting that. Same thing applies here. I'm helpless, meaning I cannot even approach God. I'm helpless because if I have to approach God, there's so many criteria and demands are there which I have to satisfy, and I don't think I will be able to do any of those things. I'm helpless. Can you help me? Answer is yes. The bona fide Guru can help, and that's what is needed when you go to a Guru. I am helpless. I cannot do anything by myself. Even surrendering seemed to be very difficult for me. Can you do it for me? Now, Ananyagatvam, Ananyagatitvam, Gati means there is no goal, there is no shelter, there is nothing else. Anya means different. Ananya means there is no other means or ways for me where I can approach or go to attain moksha. There's no other means that I can do this one. So these are the only two things that is required as an eligibility to surrender or accept a Guru. I am helpless, I can't do anything. And second thing is, I'm in a condition where I need some help here, no go place. So can you do this help for me? So therefore the Sharanagati is done in two ways, Arti Prapati, Tripti Prapati. Arti Prapati is where Artha Prapanna means where the immediately a person can be delivered at that very point, at the very moment, on spot. The person leaves the body and attains moksha. That's called Artha Prapanna. Whereas the person who is surrendered, now he lives until the end of the life, and then he leaves the body and goes back. So that's the second type of persons. It depends on the person mood, which one they fall into, right? There are stories also where either one, there's a story, but there's some nice stories. We can see that later. Ghantakarna story, where Ghantakarna was a great devotee. Very shortly and quickly, Ghantakarna was a great devotee of Lord Shiva, and then he had a heavy bell as a earring. Anyone chants the name of anyone chants is against Narayana. Anyone who chants or trying to utter a name of Narayana, Krishna, he'll try to shake his head so that he doesn't want to hear the name of Vishnu. He doesn't like to hear Vishnu's name. He is a great devotee of Lord Shiva. So he was like that. But he was, by character, he was doing a lot of other, he kills animals, he even kills human, and then gives an offering as an offering to Lord Shiva. That's how he has been doing. Shankakarna, there was another person, Shankakarna, a rishi, was going by, and he started chanting the name of Narayana. And then he started ringing his bell like this, and he got very upset with this person. And then he said, why are you doing this one? Shankakarna thought that when he's doing like this, he's chanting the name, and he's doing like that, maybe he's doing some, kartal, music. Then he said, very nicely you're doing. No, don't chant the name of Vishnu. Well, if you don't chant, then how will you get moksha? Then the Ghantakarna, moksha, what is moksha? Moksha means relieving from all the sufferings of this world. How do we do that? You have to remember and worship Narayana. Well, I don't need anyone else. I'll go to my Lord. So he went to Lord Shiva, and then he requested, pray to Lord Shiva, and then Lord Shiva appeared in front of him, and he said, can you give me moksha? What moksha you want? That was the first question. What moksha? Because moksha varies. What moksha you want? I want a moksha where I had heard from Shankakarna that I want to attain a moksha where I go, I don't want to return back to this world. Oh, that means Narayana. What? Narayana. You have to attain, you have to worship Narayana, but Narayana can give. And then immediately he got very upset and then removed the ear and tied in his hand, in two hands. And he went and he asked, where can I find Narayana? He went back to the Shankakarna and he asked, where I can find Narayana? He said, go to the cave and do your prayers. Narayana will appear with the consort Lakshmi. And then he went there and then he prayed and Narayana appeared, and immediately he got moksha. He asked, what do you want? Narayana asked him, what do you want? I want moksha. Okay, when do you? Right away. Artha Prapanna, right away, now. I don't want to wait any further. And then he attained moksha. And the Shankakarna, who directed all this thing, he came to Vishnu. And he said, my dear Lord, you gave moksha to Ghantakarna? Please give me also. And Vishnu said, you're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. It will take some time. Right? So, now what is Prapati? What did we understand so far with Prapati Sharanagati? Surrendering to God was the last answer. What is Sharanagati? Is simply we can remember this way. Sharanagati or Prapati means returning the stolen property. This is called Sharanagati. Returning the stolen property. I surrender. Returning the stolen property. What did we stole from God? Ourselves as Atma. We have stolen the Atma, that is we, I, is stolen from God, and now we become a owner of this myself and start running the show. So that is a big mistake. So I have stolen myself away from God. Now that has to be returned. Atmanik Peshanam means surrendering oneself to God. That's the final one. Surrendering myself. This Atma, I do not belong to myself. I belong to you. I do not belong to this family. I do not belong to this nation. I do not belong to any of these things. I belong to God. And that is called surrender. Just you start imagining if everyone start applying Bhagavad Gita in their life, why are we going to fight with colors, nation, all those different things? Because if you are fighting like that, that shows very clearly that we are identifying ourselves with our body and nation and color and everything. That means we are against God's program. When we all start thinking that I belong to God, then God does not only have American children. God does not have an Indian children, Pakistan children, etc. children. No, everyone is children of God. So that's how we have to, a person who surrendered, he thinks, I have stolen myself from God, now I have to turn back. Now, the last slide is, where can I find Guru? Where can I find Guru? Now we spoke about Acharya Abhimana. And then where can I find Guru? What should I do now so that I can find Guru? We can see that there are many, many sampradayas, and primarily recognized. We are only talking about that which is authorized and recognized, and it's been referenced in the Shastra. Brahma Sampradaya, Lakshmi Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Kumara Sampradaya, Shankaras. Right? These are the authentic, orthodox Sampradaya as per the Vedic system. They all follow Shastra. They accept Shastra. They all accept Narayana, Vishnu, Krishna as the Supreme Lord. They all. Don't be surprised. They all. Including Shankara himself. Okay, everyone. And who are the Acharyas? Brahma Sampradaya Acharyas is Madhvacharya. It's coming from Brahma. How the Sampradaya falls is that the message of God, there will be a starting point. Message of God through that person comes down to this world. It's a message of God. Comes from Brahmaji, Lakshmiji, Rudra. Rudra means Shivji. And Kumara. Kumara means Brahma himself had 4 children, sons. Chatur Kumara. From them, and Shankara, Adi Shankara, Lord Shiva. Now here, Acharyas as Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, Vishnu Swami, Nimbarka, Shankaracharya. They are the founder who further took over of that particular sampradaya to propagate further. Now, what are their philosophy? Madhva Sampradaya had Suddha Dvaitavada. And then Ramanuja Sampradaya, Vishishta Advaitavada. And Vishnu Swami, Vishuddha Advaitavada. And Dvaita Advaitavada is Nimbarka. And Advaitavada is Shankaracharya. Please understand, many people does not understand these things exist. Okay? They all think there's only one philosophy. There's only one. Right? But there are so many different schools of thought are there. And many people represent wrongly saying this is what Hindu Dharma is. This is what is being told. Many other differences are there also. And one can stick on and follow any of these things, not to say the other one is not right. It's not going to work like that. Okay. And there are sub-branches. The sub-branches from Madhva, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu established Achintya Beda Abheda Tattva. Whereas in the Ramanuja Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya is called also Sri Sampradaya. Ramanandas. Ramanandas are Janaki Vallabha Sampradaya. Janaki Vallabha Sampradaya means they worship Sita, Ram as the main. Right? They are the main cause of all causes. Right? And then also there is a sub Sampradaya, it was actually from Sri Sampradaya, is Swami Narayan group. Swami Narayan, Nava Vishishta Advaita. That is also as a shade of thing. But they all vary slightly. Though the root is the same, they vary slightly with the philosophy. Vallabhacharya, Suddhaitvaitavada, and Shankara Deva, Mahapurusha Siddhanta, Asami Vaishnavam. In Assam there is a Vaishnava, Asami Vaishnavam, followed by the Shankara Deva. So these are some of these schools of thoughts and acharyas where one can find Guru. One can find Guru. And then there could be many sub-branches, sub-branches, many things. It's going to be very difficult. Even to discuss on these things, it's a long subject matter. Yeah, it's a long subject matter to do. Over here, we have to understand and see which one does Acharya Abhimana. One has to do their homework. And see Acharya Abhimana, where I can surrender to a Guru, and Guru can, on our behalf, can send a recommendation letter and does things. And who does the Diksha? Because that means you have to surrender to a Guru. Guru gives the initiation. Initiation is the process you are officially becoming to the disciplic succession. And then all your karmic reactions been taken care. And now you can perform bhakti in the mood of surrender. Okay?
Question is, the Hare Krishna movement, Prabhupada, which one he fits into?
Over here, Lord Chaitanya, Achintya Beda Abheda Tattva.
Where?
Achintya Beda Abheda Tattva. Under the Brahma Madhva Sampradaya,
Yeah.
the last one you see there,
Yeah.
Lord Chaitanya's. That's where he falls into. Achintya Beda Abheda Tattva. So we saw process of attaining moksha through karma, jnana, bhakti. Krishna gave an option, Sharanagati, as a easy means. In the Sharanagati, you can do Sharanagati by yourself, or you can go to a guru, and when you hear that message, you repeat the same and you can surrender. Or you attain a guru, whole and soul, and he will help you to attain moksha. These are the three main things. Bhagavad Nishta is quote, remote altogether. And then we also saw how Guru is greater in many means compared to even God, because he's giving God himself. We also saw how Guru can be easily related because of his Swajati within us. And we also saw various schools of thoughts, and then how we can approach and surrender to a Guru and get initiated and become serious in our life. And that's the only way and means of surrendering. Did you all get the answer? Surrendering means approaching a Guru and then slowly cultivating the knowledge of Sambandha between God and myself and practicing under the instructions of the Guru. And that is called Sharanagati. Questions? And that concludes 66th sloka.
Can you have more than one guru?
There is one Diksha Guru and there could be many Siksha Gurus. What it means is, Gurus are different categories. Siksha Guru. Siksha Guru means one is giving instructions, called Siksha Gurus. Diksha Guru means who is taking whole and sole responsibility of this disciple to deliver him. So that Diksha Guru is giving initiation to a disciple. That can be only one. That can be only one. Because he is becoming the owner, in charge of delivering this disciple. It can be only one person. But there could be many Siksha Gurus, meaning the disciple can hear from many other Gurus, which is not conflicting with the main Guru's teachings. Otherwise, again, confusion. He can have other Siksha Gurus also. Siksha Gurus doesn't need an official relationship, an official program. In a Diksha Guru, there's an officially, it has to be done, accepting and so forth. So for only one Diksha Guru, there could be many Siksha Gurus. And it is also said, the Paramatma, this is one important point I missed out in the presentation. This Guru is none other than the Paramatma within our heart, present externally. Paramatma expands himself into Guru. Please understand this very clearly. Paramatma expands himself into Guru, meaning he empowers the energy. God empowers that Guru with his energy. Therefore, one can tell Guru is also an avatar. In that sense, is an expansion of Paramatma within heart. Because can we see Paramatma? Can we see the God within our heart? We cannot. But can we see a Guru, teacher, spiritual teacher? So therefore, Guru is again much greater in that sense. And there are many nice, real, wonderful stories in history. How the Guru disciples have lived their life, how great the relationship has been. Greatness of Gurus, greatness of disciples, that can go on for classes. And we'll never finish 66 sloka then. Next question. Please. Any other questions? Or any other thoughts? Yes.
There are so many gurus
Yes.
these days. So how to choose a
number point one. Point one is, what is your desire? Why do you want a guru? It starts from within myself first. First, why do I need a guru? Now that you understood why we need a guru, but generally I'm talking about, people should have a clear understanding why I need a guru. It's not like a family physician. Right? I have a family doctor, I have a family lawyer, I have a family guru. He can tell me, when to get up, when to sit, when to start a business, where I can invest. He can see my palm and all these lines and tell me what is good and where should I do prayachita. Now, if that is the idea of your guru program, then you can choose any guru. But if you're serious about love of God, attaining God, then you have to pick up from these list, which is authorized. Shastra says these are the list. And if you find such a guru, if you find such a person, the very first thing you need to trace back is, who is his guru? Which sampradaya he falls into? Which guru sampradaya he falls into? Does he fall into any of these things? Or is Swayam Sampradaya? He's making his own program now, institute. Now, there are exceptions are there. There could be exceptions in any cases. But we are not exceptional to go and give a tryout in exceptional cases. The safe program is always there. Therefore, we have to make sure, does he fall into any of these things? If it is Brahma Sampradaya, Madhva Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, well, they are all Vaishnava Sampradaya. Yes, we can do it, take it and go for it. Provided, third point is, can he assure? Can it be an Acharya Abhimana program where I can surrender and he can deliver me? That's the ability, that's a special thing about Guru. Not simply giving a name and giving a diksha and telling, find your own program, you go, I'm out. Because it's more than something, simple relationship between father and son, husband and wife. Guru and disciple relationship is much, much greater and thicker than any other relationship that we can think about in this world. It's much stronger, that relationship. Because father makes you born into this world and he is not helping you to get out of this world. But who is helping you to get out of this world? The spiritual father. So he is much more greater than biological father. Provided the father is like that guru, what a great boon that we all have. It's a plus bonus. If someone is, that is why it is said the father should be like that. Parents should be like that, who can help. Otherwise, the parents should at least guide the children in such a way that they can find a guru.
Question I have is, you have to go and find a guru, or you have so much urge to find a guru will find you.
True. And guru will finding not necessarily mean guru has some siddhi or some power or something, but something it comes, I'll go to this direction and find this, the disciple is waiting. It's not like that. Because you have an urge to find a guru, that urge should be a prayer, and a prayer to God, and God directs as a Paramatma within the guru's heart to go to the disciple. It is again the Paramatma within the heart of the guru, which is enlightening, empowering that guru to go to the disciple. Otherwise, again, there is a problem. What's the problem? If someone is saying guru finds a disciple, there's one problem with that one.
People will not try. They're not praying.
I found you. If guru is coming telling, I found you. You are wandering in this material world, in the samsara and suffering, birth and death. I came here to deliver you. Come on. Then you are not surrendered. You are not surrendered. Right? So it's Paramatma within the guru who's connecting this guru and the disciple. Guru can be heavy. Guru can speak how, that's all for the benefit of disciple. That's a different thing. One cannot judge like that. Any other questions or discussions? So my question is this clear what Sharanagati means? Any doubt on that?
just follow the manual.
I mean, get into the elevator, that's it. Get into the elevator. If you understand those time, intelligence, caste, energy, we all will accept what we are supposed to do. That's a program, simple program to identify where I have to fall into. If you still mentally sticking on to this is what I will do, rather than surrendering to Guru, do this one, that means we understand what we are then. What really, obviously then what we are and how we are to do. It's going to take lifetime, many lifetime to get that one. Think about it, go through this one, and if you have any further question we can discuss, and we'll start traveling to the last part of the slokas, 67 sloka through 28, 78, next class onwards. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Personally experience this one. I personally experience and found because I think maybe you remember this one last letter I sent you about